Is your small business growing? That's the question we address right here on the Grow Your Biz Show. It's where we interview strategic entrepreneurs who inform and inspire you on your solopreneur or small company journey. Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Grow Your Biz Show. Hi, have you hit a plateau in your life? Do you feel stuck? Are you moving forward or moving backwards with your health, your energy, your career, your business? If these are questions that you ask yourself, you're in the right place. Stay put, because on today's episode of Grow Your Biz Show, we're going to discuss that and more. Hi, I'm Paul Madsen, host of the program and author of Men Grieve Too. And I'm very excited because today in the studio we have Caryn Kusleika, and she is an amazing person. You do a lot of things. Caryn, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, and so thrilled to have you. We have a lot to talk about, so let's just jump right on in. Caryn, what business are you in?
That is a great question. So I think of myself more as a key or a gateway or a portal to really help people take their life to the next level, to unleash their potential, and just to unlock the potential that you have inside you, whether it's in your business or whether it's in your health or maybe in your relationships.
Perfect. Well, I mean, that's a lot to cover: your business, your health, your relationships. How do you do that? You sound like you're somewhat of a coach and a doorway. I mean, how do you take a person and get them to their next level?
Yeah, I love that question. So most people kind of understand logically how you move forward in life, right? And but many times we have fears, or we have limiting beliefs, or a mindset that holds us back, and we don't always realize how important that is. And so I have the training, the tools, the techniques. Some are really simple and can be fun and even silly sometimes, to help people create like a new mindset, so that you can then, number one, know specifically what you want, and then we can set the goals, and I have the accountability piece as well, so that you can create the life of your dreams.
Sounds terrific. And you say you have the training and the tools. Just list for me, we will go into more detail later, but just list for me some of those tools that you use to help get me to the next level.
Right. So
you better have a lot of tools for me.
I have so many tools. So Neuro Linguistic Programming is a huge tool. Hypnotherapy, I love to use that one. There's the tool called Human Design, where I can really take a look at your energetic blueprint and help you move forward. And I am a background, I'm formerly been studied as a dietitian and a triathlon coach. So just a lot of different, tools and techniques that I have collected over the years. And really the mindset piece for me came after trying to help people logically and realizing that there was more to this story.
Well, mindset guides everything. As we wrap up, you said the triathlon thing. How many triathlons have you done?
That is a great question. I've done, I think I've done about 16.
Holy cow.
Whether that's there's different distances of triathlons, right?
Right.
So,
that's you talk about being a health coach, you putting your money where your mouth is to succeed in those, and I'd like to hear a lot more about that. But,
absolutely.
Caryn Kusleika, High Octane Wellness is her organization. Caryn, you do individual coaching, small group coaching, and you're happy to chat with anybody, right?
Absolutely.
So check out her website, and thanks for being with us for this segment of the Grow Your Biz Show. Welcome back to this segment of the Grow Your Business Show. I'm here with Caryn Kusleika of High Octane Wellness. And Caryn, welcome back.
Thank you.
And we're going to talk about one of the tools that you mentioned that you have in your back pocket to help people out. I've heard a bit about this, NLP. What is NLP?
Yes. that is such a great question. I had not heard of it until probably 3 years ago when
wow.
I just got kind of obsessed with it, actually. So I really love it. It's called Neuro Linguistic Programming, and it's a technique where you use language to help people create a mindset.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And language, I speak to myself and how I talk to myself. Is that what you mean? Tell me more.
Yes and no. So we have, most people have no idea how important your language is, right? And so as a coach, a lot of the process is listening to you tell a story.
Okay.
And through your story, I can tell what your limiting beliefs are. I can tell what your mindset is. Okay?
Okay.
And so that's unconscious. When we speak, many times we just speak from our unconscious mind and we're not even really aware of what we're saying.
Okay.
But what you're saying is what is actually creating the world around you. Okay? So let's say you're telling a story about your past, right? Or you kind of have these beliefs that life isn't very good to me, or life doesn't work out for me. Okay. Though when you tell that kind of story, then you continue to create that in your future. Okay. Right. And then you're going to see situations and experiences through that lens.
Right. I've heard about the self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes.
And positive vibrations and law of attraction. Does this piggyback on all that?
All of that.
Or
yes.
maybe they piggyback on that on this.
Yes.
So go ahead.
Yep. And so what we can do, what I do as your coach, is align you with the energy of what you actually want. But it really starts with kind of cleaning out the background. Okay. Right? And fixing the scaffolding is a way I like to describe it.
Good.
And so the NLP tools are a way that we can float you back, for example, in your timeline, and help you find the source of maybe some of these beliefs that you've created, these limiting ones. Number one, we have to identify what they are, right? Yeah. And that's really, really easy to do. Really? Actually, you can do it just by journaling yourself.
Well, you're a little bit of a psychiatrist, a psychologist, right?
Somewhat.
You're pulling back from my backstory and,
yes.
and what self-limiting behaviors I have and where I picked those up. Is that what
yes,
you do a little
bit? But what I like to say is I'm more of the forward. Like the coaching part is really like creating the future, setting the goals that you want, and then holding you accountable to get there. Right. And again, just really aligning your mindset. But there is a place where we need to go back, but I'm definitely not like a trained psychologist.
And I don't mean that, but you help me reflect. I'm your practice client here. You help me reflect on where I've been, and maybe those identify the self-limiting beliefs.
Exactly.
And where do we go from there? Okay, I have obviously issues with eating. Where do we go from there? I've identified. There's a values clarification point there. Where do I want to be? Right.
Yes.
And you firmly lock that in, and what's the next step?
Right.
With NLP.
Yes. So the first step is, again, just really helping you figure out what you want. And that's a really important step that most people, again, struggle with because they think they should want certain things or they've been taught that they should want. Where we have to really get under all those layers and figure out, okay, what do you really want, right? And then from there, then we use visualization and hypnotherapy to create this future, to bring it into your imagination. And we can do that even through your submodalities. So what does it feel like? What does it look like? What are the smells that are involved in it?
And how do I do that on a daily basis? Or how do you keep me accountable doing that? Tell me the process with that.
Yeah, so definitely you have what's called tasking, or you always are going to have homework every day. And that is a big piece. It's kind of like physical activity. Working out every day is for your body, right? You need to have homework every day to work on your mental strength as well. Yeah. And so through the training and the tools, we come up with what you're going to do for homework, and then we meet week to week, and we hold you accountable and make sure that you are continuing to move forward towards the life that you want to live.
Cool. And you have a Zoom call typically, or? Don't meet in
Typically,
person or?
yep,
Okay.
I've done all of the above. A lot
Okay.
of times I actually just meet with someone over the phone.
Yeah, and that's
And the reason I
easiest.
like to do that is because I'm really active. So if I'm out,
Yeah.
you know, with my feet in the ground,
Good.
pacing,
Yeah.
then I can really receive
I've seen
great
some of your
information to
videos,
share as
walking
well.
along, talking to people and all that.
Absolutely.
Motivating, coaching, you're putting your money where your mouth is again.
That's
So,
right.
well, that's terrific. And what's the length of time a typical client works with you?
Great question. I really enjoy working with someone for a year.
Really?
Because
Okay.
we can set that year goal,
Yeah.
and we have an entire year to achieve it, right?
Okay.
So, for example, I had a client where he just lost 100 pounds in a
Wow.
year,
Wow.
right?
Wow.
Pretty amazing, right? I've also had clients, you know, again, like double their profitability in their income or in their business and their income, right?
Wow.
I've had people meet
Wow.
their soulmates.
Okay.
I've had people get new jobs and
So it's not just about dietitian, health and wellness. I mean, overall health, of course. But I mean, I'm picking up on the guy who doubled his profitability. That's a business function, and it's not, you know, do X number of push-ups. He may be doing that too. But how do you help, for instance, a business person to follow the path and get where they want to go?
Great question. So all of those things have one thing in common.
Okay.
Every area of your life, and that's your mindset.
Okay.
That's the beliefs that you have. And once we again get that figured out, then we can apply it to every single area of your life.
Okay.
So, and especially like with your physical body, like that's your base, right? That's kind of like the
Right. Well, if you don't have that, you can't
Exactly.
do much else.
Exactly.
And mobility, everything starts with mobility, I feel. Yeah.
Yeah, but the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. And so we definitely make sure that you are well balanced, right? And you're successful in every area of life.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's a lot to say and a lot to process, a lot to think about. Caryn has told us that mindset is the backbone of neuro-linguistic. Neuro-linguistic programming is a kind of a high-tech, intimidating kind of word, but you know, boil it down to mindset. Caryn can help us to get our mindset on correctly, and that's what she does as a life coach, as a wellness coach. And thanks for joining us on this segment. Get your mindset on right of the Grow Your Biz show. And we're back with another segment of the Grow Your Biz show. And I'm excited because today my guest, as you know, is Caryn Kusleika, and she is the founder of High Octane Wellness. And Caryn, welcome back.
Thank you.
Hey, we were talking before about mindset, neuro-linguistic programming, and how important that is. Another building block, another tool of yours, I understand, is that of human design. Is that what we call it?
Yes.
Tell us what that is. That sounds way out there.
It is so cool, actually. I'm so excited about this one. It's a fairly new tool. It's been around since about 1988 is all, and it's taken the world by storm.
Okay.
So it's exciting to be kind of on the forefront of it. But it's an energy alignment tool is the way I like to describe it. And really, it's based on astrology. Okay, so you need to know your date of birth, time of birth, and place of birth. And you can literally Google like human design chart and get your own chart.
Really?
And even just looking at your chart helps to activate some energetic codes within you.
Really?
That can help you then work on the process of what we call deconditioning. And really, again, that's those limiting beliefs that you've created throughout your life, right?
Deconditioning. I love it because I've got a lot of bad conditioning.
That's right.
And
we all do.
I need to get rid of that baggage, and by looking at on the internet or working with you, I can find some of that. My zodiac's the wrong word, but my astrological alignment. You're saying because that determines a lot of our energy. You know, people think that astrology is bogus. A lot of people are like, speak to that group.
Yeah, and so, you know, again, you get to decide what you want to think, but I can tell you that is the people that I tend to attract is the ones that understand like logically how life works. You know, you're usually pretty successful, or maybe you have your own business, or, you know, you've worked really hard in life, but you know there's something deeper, right? You know that like there's an easier way, that, you know, you kind of have this idea that you want things to be easier for you. And that's what human design does, is it shows you the blueprint of the way that you can align your energy.
Well, how do you help a client? Let's say, Caryn, I want some deconditioning. I want to know my blueprint, and I want to get rid of some of that baggage. What would you do with a person? How do you start? Where do you go? Tell us the steps.
Okay, so you'd start with a reading. And so then the reading would tell me what type of human design you are, right? There's 5 different types, and the majority of us are some sort of generator, which means we're meant to be the workforce of the world. I'm a pure generator, right? And a generator has a big giant aura, and we're generally like lit up by life. People are really attracted to us. And we tend to attract into our life different things that we can respond to. Okay. And what that means is you, with your gut, kind of like what you're doing right now, I'm guessing you're a manifesting generator, actually. You go, or or right? And one of the deconditioning problems when we're kiddos, we're told, use your words, you know, speak. And actually that or is our truth. Okay. So the idea with human design is really to get out of your head, right? So a lot of times we want to figure things out, or we want something to make sense when we're going to make a decision. But really, human design is a beautiful tool to help you really align with what your body truly wants, not so much what your head thinks. Okay.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, when I hear about that blueprint and things, and people who are skeptical of the whole astrological thing, I think about the oceans. And if the moon is powerful enough to move that much water, why should we be skeptical of the fact that when we happened to come on into this world, that the moon was also doing something?
And I just want to remind you, so number one, our blood is 80% water, right? So the moon definitely impacts, and it impacts us through our emotions, right? The moon is what's kind of causing your emotional waves.
You hear people say, oh, it's a full moon now. That's why I'm acting.
Yeah, and I used to work at a hospital, and definitely the ERs are a lot fuller on a full moon.
Is that right?
So absolutely.
The emergency rooms are more full on the full moon. Remember not to go out on a full moon.
But I always like to remind people that if you go back to physics, right, from high school or college, you remember that we literally are energy. Right? We are like you yourself, are 3 trillion cells of energy.
Quantum physics.
Quantum physics, exactly. And so when you apply all the principles of energy, like if you think about, you know, the principles, so your thoughts are energy, your beliefs are energy, your values are energy, what you say, words are energy, your breath is energy, like everything is energy, and energy is everything.
And energy does what? It vibrates.
That's right.
What's your newsletter called?
It's always in motion.
Yeah, what's your newsletter called?
Yeah, I have a free ebook online.
A book, ebook,
the 10 ways to raise your vibration.
Okay, and
absolutely.
That relates to just what you're talking about with the energy.
100%.
And so the moon affects energy, and quantum physics affect energy. What is my next step as you walk me through with human design work?
Yeah, so always with human design work. So human design is a really great, because it can actually even show you your personality assessment traits, right? And based on, again, where the stars were aligned in the sky, which is phenomenal. But the best place to start with human design, like the next step, is to understand your authority and strategy. And again, that strategy is important because it helps you with the deconditioning, and it helps you be able to align more easily with energy, so that you have more energy to do the things that you want, that you get to be lit up by life, that you get to feel passionate. We get to figure out what it is that you really want and to create the life of your dreams, right? And then your authority is your decision maker, kind of like I was going back to, because most people try to make decisions in their head, and really there's a different part of your body that you're meant to make you're meant to make your decisions. Again, if you want to best align with energy, and you want to figure out what's really true for you, if you want to know your true self.
Okay, well, how do you bring me through that process? When people hear life coaching or human design or NLP or whatever, manifestation, they sometimes freak out. I think if you boil it down really simply for me, so I can understand it,
Right.
Tell me what you're going to work with me as a next step when we do some of those things.
Absolutely. So the process is we work together either one-on-one, or I have a lot of group offerings at this point because I've had so many one-on-one clients that I've got all these patterns.
And I bet they like being as a group too sometimes.
It actually
feed
is
off
super
each other
helpful
with
because
energy.
everybody can ask the questions, and somebody didn't even know what question they had until they.
Yeah.
And I have a mission to actually really impact millions of people, and so to try to make it in a way where people can access this information because it's beautiful information and it's a really amazing, fun way to live life.
Well, that's fantastic. I'm wrapping up with Caryn Kusleika of High Octane Wellness, and we've been talking about human design. I think we could talk about that for hours. Fascinating process of getting to know your blueprint and working with someone like Caryn to be accountable and move through and get to your next level with that. Thanks for joining us on this segment of the Grow Your Biz Show. Welcome back to this segment of the Grow Your Biz Show. I'm still with Caryn Kusleika of High Octane Wellness. Welcome back, Caryn.
Thank you.
Hey, we were talking in the last segment about the blueprint for our life, and that's really exciting, cool stuff, and how our universe, our vibration, our energy around us has to have an impact on us. And people who don't realize that maybe are missing out, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. I think people do realize that. I think people do realize it, but they don't understand it. And so that's why I'm kind of the key to help you unlock your understanding of how you can use your energy.
Wonderful. Well, and I think someone to interpret that and guide it would be very, very helpful on a coaching basis, one-on-one, or even a small group. Speaking of small groups, I understand you have a group called Elevate Your Health, something like that?
I do.
What's that all about?
Yeah, so this is just a community on Facebook that I've put together just to really provide that support, help people feel safe and loved and valued so that they can elevate their health, right? They can find the place where, they can go to find the tools that they need to improve their health. I mentioned earlier that health is really the foundation for us, right? Without our health, what do we have?
Nothing. Yeah,
Nothing, right?
Yeah.
And so always starting with the health. And as a dietitian for the last 22 years, I got really obsessed with trying to find a way to help people. It's outside the box of just, the first place people go with health, right, is what do I need to eat? And what kind of physical activity do I need to do? And what I learned through the process of helping so many people over the last 22 years is that it's way more than that.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, most people believe that they fall off the wagon, right?
Well,
they start a diet and then they
I like many people, I need to lose weight, and I say, okay, I know, eat less calories, burn more calories than you eat. It's pretty basic.
Right.
But I need accountability because I'll start that tomorrow. And there's no one around to tell me, don't go, what's that all about?
So most people believe that they need accountability, which is definitely part of it, but it actually has a lot to do with your attachment to your negative emotions.
Interesting.
So for a lot of people, they don't want to feel angry, or they don't want to feel disappointed, or they don't want to feel hurt.
Okay.
And what happens then is you kind of take your energy outside your body because you're not really being true to who you are. Because as a human, we are meant to feel these emotions. Okay. So when you believe, and again, through conditioning, we talked a little bit about conditioning, when you believe that it's wrong or it's bad, right, then it really creates kind of this energy misalignment, right? And so
I believe what's bad. I believe
when you believe feeling angry is bad, or when you believe you don't want to disappoint anybody, or you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
You're living outside of yourself.
Right. Okay, because the truth is there are going to be times when you're going to feel hurt, or you're going to do something that hurts somebody else, obviously not intentionally, but those things happen, okay?
Right.
So the idea to really get back to your true self and build those boundaries, build the healthy boundaries, build up your nervous system. A lot of times it's just your nervous system is still immature. It's in this fight or flight mode, right? Where it's in survival because it's afraid. When you're afraid you're, going to be like excommunicated from a group, or, somebody's not going to love you, right?
Right.
And so really kind of the process is building those beliefs to where you have a strong emotional nervous system, okay? And when you do that, then you actually start to lose weight naturally.
Okay.
Because you're in alignment with your true self, with your true energy, right? And so for most people, again, I have the tools to tell you what to eat. I have the tools to tell you how to physically work out. I have the tools to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
But then I'm also going to teach you the mindset pieces, or kind of those extra little pieces that are going to help you create something that you can live with the whole rest of your life.
So, so you're helping me move behind the comfort food syndrome.
Well, and even that, like creating a different belief with food, because everybody always says carbs are bad, or, people are so confused about what they should eat because they think there's so many bad foods out there. And the truth is like all food is made in abundance. Like all food is meant to make us feel good, and all foods fit. And so again, figuring out the mindset that you can believe and understand, like I can eat whatever I want. But then when you have your goals aligned and you know, like, this is my goal, what is it that I really want to eat?
Right. And then if I'm part of this group, how does that help me?
Yeah, so being a part of this group is hearing other people's questions, learning the tools to help you dig deeper and understand yourself even more. It's holding you accountable. Each week we set goals in the group. I even have like a VIP option where we have kind of a mastermind style group coaching once a month.
Great. And this is a private group, not just a public Facebook group or anything.
Correct.
And is there a fee involved?
There is.
Okay. Yep. But I'm sure I can walk through the process with that. What benefits do you see to the group for being a group? I mean, I've led seminars and classes for decades, and I say I'm a facilitator. I'm not the expert, and I just get them talking and working together, and just watching the relationships and the common bonds form is very rewarding, and that becomes the experience in itself. And everybody seems to walk away from that pumped up. Is that what happens with you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Everybody just feels a really deep connection to each other. There's just an energy and a vibration in there that's just a higher level. It's higher level conversations. It's about personal growth. It's about, again, digging deep and just really wanting to understand yourself and support each other in a bigger way. And I just have a vision that we can create this for everybody, right? Where everybody can feel held, especially with your emotions, right? And honoring those negative emotions.
Sure.
It's just a really beautiful thing to watch.
How often do you meet online?
So I have 3 times a month is kind of when we meet in the group, but they can post in there anytime they want. And, the option is there every single day to share your successes and share the results that you're getting or set new goals. So it's just really available to you anytime.
3 times a month sounds about right to me, because even once a week is sometimes hard, but you do need that accountability, and does the group say stuff like, okay, by next time we meet, I will do X, Y, Z?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
And see, that's a beautiful thing, and I think it's like I've written some books, and if I give the book away for free, people don't read it, don't appreciate it. If they pay for it, then they do. And it works like that with you, I'm sure.
Absolutely. And I have a lot of options for free as well.
Sure.
But definitely the value of investing in yourself,
right.
Financially and mentally and emotionally and spiritually, right? All of that. But definitely have found that people get more out of it with the investment.
And how do they find the group on Facebook?
They can find me through my Elevate Your Health website.
Which is?
ElevateYourHealth.com.
Okay, very good. Very, very obvious.
Landing page. So
and then that'll take me to the Facebook group as well.
So. Yes.
We've had a great talk with Caryn Kusleika of High Octane Wellness. Caryn, thank you for coming. We've enjoyed talking about mindset, about body, blueprinting, about your Facebook groups and accountability. And thanks for coming so much. And please join us next time on the Grow Your Biz Show. And I'm Paul Madsen. Thanks for joining us.